Langdon. This is George Langdon from Camp Flintlock. We're going to do some videos for the JLMH Museum House. And in the holiday tradition, we're going to play a song that was written in the 18th century, Joy to the World. To do a musket demonstration next. I have a reproduction brown bass flintlock musket. This is the gun that the British used to build the British Empire, and during the Revolutionary War this was the model they used. It's the second model longland brown bass. Now the Americans used the same musket because we were British colonies. We also used some French muskets and some other types as well. A musket like this has three parts: a lock, a stock, and a barrel. You have to load it down the muzzle. This is why they had to stand up during a battle to fight, because you have to be standing up to load it. If you're really fast, you should be able to get off about 4 shots a minute. But you have to do a lot of practice to shoot that quick. It's really hard. And I'm going to go through and show the steps of loading this. Now, you grab your musket, your cartridge box, and your fighting gear when you heard the drummer play the general alarm. You lined up with your company, and when it was time to load your musket, there was a drum beat called the preparative. When you heard the preparative, you loaded your musket. And here's the steps you did it with. You grab your musket by the wrist, hold it in the balance point, reach up here and pull the cock back 1 click, listen, to half cock position. Now you go in your cartridge box and you handle a paper cartridge that would be full of gunpowder and a musket ball. Now the ones I'm using are just blanks. But theirs would look like this, but they had a musket ball in the bottom right here. All right, next you have to take this and stick it in your teeth and rip the top off and spit it out without spitting in the man's face next to you. You drop some gunpowder in a flash pan, close that steel on top of it, and then cast about. Next, you invert the cartridge. The powder runs down the barrel. The paper and ball go in behind it. You pull your ramrod out halfway, backhand it, pull it out and invert it, ram your charge all the way down. You put your ramrod back in the holder, you pull your musket straight up. When all the guns in your company are straight up, your officer knows everybody's loaded. You get a command to make ready. You got a full cock, present, and then fire. I got a misfire. All right, now when everybody's reloading, this would happen. It's called a misfire. I'm going to sharpen my flint by making a sharp edge on it with my tool. Give it a little twist. Ready? Fire. And this is how you fire the musket. Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Anthony from Camp Flintlock, and today we're going to be doing a colonial fire making demonstration. But before we start, just a few reminders. Make sure you have parent supervision. Make sure you're doing it in a safe area. You know, I've got my area cleared here that nothing is going to catch on fire that I don't want to catch on fire. And just overall, be safe. During the colonial period, fire was important for everyday life, whether it's keeping warm, giving light, cooking your food. It didn't matter whether you were a soldier, civilian, it didn't matter. You needed fire. Now, during this point in history, matches and therefore lighters had not been invented yet, and so we relied on flint and steel. As the name implies, there are several different parts to our setup. First, we have your fire steel, okay? The fire steel is what strikes the flint. Flint, of course, is a type of rock. Remember, it needs to be sharp, okay? It needs to be sharp so that it can create the spark. And then we also have our char cloth. Okay, your char cloth is partially burned up cotton or linen that catches the spark once the sparks start flying. Okay, you got to have a way to catch the spark and transport it. The method is you're not rubbing, okay? You're not rubbing it or, scraping it. You are striking it. It might be hard to see on the camera, but with a good hard strike, you should create some sparks. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the flint inside the char cloth, kind of rest it in there. Going to hold it in my left hand. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to strike with my right hand. And there I have caught a spark. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I've caught a spark, and I'll blow on it. Once I've blown on it a couple times, I have my tinder bundle. Okay, I've got some twigs, got some pine needles. Gonna rest it in my bundle, in my nest, and just simply start to blow. Once I've got a flame going, I'm going to put it in my pre-prepared setup. See, I've got some logs, some twigs set up to catch the spark, to catch the flame, because I need it to go somewhere. Would you look at that? We've got our fire going. Okay. It takes a little bit of practice, I admit, but if you'd like to practice, here at Camp Flintlock, we have a store, and in the store, we have a flint and steel kit that you can buy and practice with. And that's how you made fire during the Revolutionary War. Have fun.